There's a book that's been referred to as Forbidden Knowledge. It was published in 1908 by three anonymous authors who called themselves the Three Initiates. They claimed the wisdom inside came from ancient Egypt, passed down through secret schools for thousands of years. The book is called the Kybalion, and it contains 7 principles that, when you understand them, function like cheat codes for your reality, cheat codes for manifestation, cheat codes for consciously creating your life. Now, the book itself isn't the easiest of reads, so in this video, I'm going to give you the simple and practical interpretations of these teachings so that you can actually and effectively use them in your life. Most people will go their entire lives without ever hearing these principles. The ones who do hear them often don't understand how powerful they are and how to apply them. So give me 25 minutes and I'll walk you through all 7 principles, what they actually mean, and how you can use them to consciously create the reality you desire. If you're new here, hello, I am your Muse Traci. On this channel, I help you unlock the power you already have but can't access. I help you break through where years of trying has failed. And the biggest hurdle of all, I help you go from intellectually knowing the law to permanently embodying it. So let's get right into it. The first principle is the foundation that everything else is built on. The Kybalion says that all is mind. The universe is mental. What this means is that everything you see, everything you experience, every person, every situation, every circumstance, all of it is mental. It exists in the mind first. The physical world is not the source of reality. Mind is the source. Physical reality is the effect. The mental realm is the cause. And of course, this relates to what Neville teaches. And this is why he taught what he taught. This is why the law of assumption works, because consciousness is the real reality. What you hold in your mind, in your imagination, in your assumptions, that is what materializes in your physical experience, whether you know it or not. Most people have this completely backwards. They think the physical world is real and their thoughts and imaginations are just fantasy, wishful thinking. So they continue to react to circumstances. They believe what they see. They take it as real, as true, as, final. And they don't want to do anything else because they fear being delusional. They wait for the physical world to change before they change. And this never works. But once you understand this principle, you stop being a victim of circumstances. You realize you are the source of it, the creator of it. Everything in your reality came from your mind first, your mind. Your assumptions, your beliefs about what's possible and what's true for you and the world around you. So you change the mental cause and the physical effect must change. That's the law. This is the master key. We're starting with the master key. And without understanding this piece, none of the other principles are really going to help you. But with it, everything else makes sense. Principle 2, correspondence. The second principle, as above, so below, as below, so above. What's happening on one level of reality corresponds to what's happening on every other level of reality. Your inner world corresponds to your outer world. Your subconscious corresponds to your conscious experience. The microcosm reflects the macrocosm. This is the mirror principle in action. Your outer world is showing you the contents of your inner world. always, without exception. Look at any pattern in your life and you can trace it back to a corresponding pattern in your consciousness. And this is where I talk about, you have to be courageous and you have to be accepting, self-loving enough to look truthfully that whatever you see out there, oh yeah, no, I did think that in here. So we have to be willing to take a really honest, non-judgmental look at ourselves. Look at your relationships and you'll find your beliefs about love and worthiness just being reflected. Look at your finances and you'll see your beliefs about abundance and deserving just being reflected. Look at your career and you'll see your beliefs about your value just being reflected. This principle gives you the diagnostic tool. You don't have to wonder why something is happening in your life. The answer is always within you. It can't be any other way. The corresponding inner state is creating the outer reflection. And it works in reverse too. When you change the inner state, the outer must shift to correspond. As within, so without. This is why working on yourself and your deeply held beliefs works. It works because everything corresponds. Change the inside and the outside has no choice but to change effortlessly. My favorite part. Principle 3, vibration. The third principle, nothing rests. Everything moves, everything vibrates. Modern science confirms this. Every atom, every molecule, every cell, every thought, everything is in constant motion. Everything has a frequency. You have a frequency. Your thoughts have frequencies. Your emotions have frequencies. The state you're in, the assumptions you hold, all of it is vibrating at a specific rate. And here's what matters when it comes to consciously manifesting. Like attracts like at the level of vibration. When you're vibrating at the frequency of lack, you align with experiences of lack. When you're vibrating at the frequency of fulfillment, you align with experiences of fulfillment. This isn't woo-woo. This isn't wishful thinking. It's not, it's none of that. It's the law. Your job isn't to make things happen through effort. Your only job is to shift from the inside, your vibration, to match what you want to experience. Let me say that again because this is so powerful and most people are missing it. Your job isn't to make things happen through effort. Your job is to shift your vibration from the inside to match what you want to experience. When your frequency matches the frequency of your desire, alignment happens. The mirror reflects. This is why two people in the same circumstance can have completely different experiences. They're vibrating at different frequencies, so they're aligned with different versions of reality. You master your vibration and you master your reality. That's the principle. Principle 4, the fourth principle, I think is my absolute favorite. Everything is dual. Everything has its pair of seeming opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites aren't different, They are identical in nature, but different in degree. If you can understand this and learn how to use it, like I said, it is so powerful. Hot and cold are not two different things. They are the same thing, temperatures, at different points on the spectrum. Light and dark are not two different things. They are the same thing at different degrees. Love and hate, same thing, different degrees. So, what this means for you is that you can transmute any negative state into its opposite because they're not separate things. And the existence of one proves the existence of the opposite. It is the nature of this reality. Everything exists in dual pairs. They're the same thing. So if you can experience one end of the spectrum, you can experience the other end of the spectrum. You are the thing that shifts. They both already exist. It's about, where are you resonating? Are you resonating with lack or resonating with fulfillment? They both exist. Choose where you want to be on the spectrum. If the absence of your desires exists, money, love, relationship, the presence of your desire also exists. They are the same, just at varying degrees. Fear and faith are both emotions, just at different frequencies or rates of vibration. You don't get rid of fear, you move your rate of vibration over to faith. It's a choice. Lack and abundance are the same thing at different frequencies. You don't fight lack, you shift to abundance. Doubt and certainty are the same thing at different frequencies. You don't eliminate doubt, you consciously move to certainty. This is mental alchemy, taking the lead of negative states and transmuting it to the gold of positive states. Not by destroying anything, but by shifting along the polarity. When you understand this, you stop fighting your negative emotions and you start moving them. Same energy, different position on the spectrum. The fifth principle, the principle of rhythm. Everything ebbs and flows. Everything has its tide. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. Everything in life has a rhythm. There are seasons, there are cycles, there are ups and downs. And most people get knocked around by these rhythms. The pendulum swings to one extreme and they ride it. Then it swings to the other way and they ride that too. They are at the mercy of the rhythm. But the masters of this principle does something completely different. They neutralize the swing. They polarize themselves at the point they want to occupy, and they refuse to be moved by the pendulum swing. This is the power you have, the power of your reaction to circumstances. This is where all of your power is and exactly what you want to master. When everything in your 3D is going wrong, you don't swing into despair. You polarize yourself in your chosen assumption and you stay there. When emotions try to pull you into doubt, you polarize yourself into certainty and you stay there. This is what Neville meant by persistence, not white knuckling through life. It's holding your position, your assumption, regardless of what the rhythm of your life is doing. The rhythm will continue. Life has cycles, but you don't have to swing with every single one. You hold your state. That's your job. You can maintain your assumption. You can stay polarized in the version of you that already has what you want, regardless of what's going on. Again, this is what mastery is. This is how you master the principle of rhythm. Principle 6, cause and effect. The sixth principle, every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is just a name for the ignorance of the law. Nothing else. Nothing is random. Nothing is luck. Nothing is coincidence. Nothing is just happening out there. Nothing happens also by accident. Every effect in your life has a cause, and the cause is always somewhere in your consciousness, either current consciousness or past programming that's still running. Now, this is hard for some people to accept because it removes the option of being a victim. If everything has a cause, then everything in your life was caused by something. And if you trace it back far enough, what you'll find there at the source is yourself. But this is also the most empowering principle, because if you're the cause, you can change the cause. You can change you. And when you change the cause, the effect must change. It doesn't have a choice. Most people live as effects. They react to their circumstances, they respond to what's happening to them, and they feel like it's just happening. Life is just happening. But the master lives as the one and only cause. They consciously place causes in motion through their assumptions, their state of being. And then they trust the law to deliver the corresponding effects. You're either creating consciously or unconsciously. Either way, you're creating. Either way, you're the one and only cause. The principle of cause and effect is always operating. You can't escape it. It's not to be escaped. The question is whether you're awake to it or asleep. Principle 7, gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. This isn't about male and female bodies. This is about energetic principles. The masculine principle is the active, projective, generative, forward-moving force. The feminine principle is the receptive, magnetic, creative force. Every act of creation requires both. In manifestation, the masculine is the assumption you set, the intention, the direction. The feminine is the receptive state, the allowing, the trust that draws it in. Most people are stuck in only one of these. They're all masculine, forcing, pushing, trying, doing to make it happen, or they're all feminine, sitting back, waiting passively, letting the passage of time bring things about. That doesn't work, by the way. It's not the mere passage of time. You have to create an inner change. But true creation requires both. You set the assumption with masculine clarity, then you receive with the feminine openness. You direct, then you allow. You decide, and then trust. So notice within yourself if you're good at deciding, knowing what you want, and also notice if you're good at trusting, if you're good at allowing, if you're good at knowing, right? The feminine is that intuitive knowing about what it can't see, the unseen, right? So notice if you have like one side, yeah, I got that on lock, but the other side, what is that even? When you balance both, that's when manifestation flows. You're not forcing it. You're not waiting passively. You're actively creating through balanced energy. You know, people get this wrong. They think if they are, you know, physically one gender, male or female, that they need to cultivate and harness only one energy. No, that's what this principle is all about. Both of these energies exist within everything. And your job is to balance these two energies, balance the two energies within you. It doesn't matter what your physical gender is. That's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You want to have within you access and balance between both of these energies. So, this is the principle that completes the system. The previous 6 principles tell you how reality works, and this one tells you how to consciously create within it. Brilliant. So, you have the 7 principles: mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. Together, they form a complete system for consciously creating your reality. Mind is the source, inner reflects outer, everything vibrates, opposites are the same thing at varying degrees, everything has rhythm, but you can hold your position, every cause produces an effect, creation requires balanced, active, and receptive energy. When you start operating from these principles, manifestation stops being a mystery. You stop wondering why things are or aren't happening. You start seeing the law operating in everything. Your circumstances are corresponding to your inner state. Your vibration is determining what you align with. Your polarized position is what you'll experience regardless of rhythm. Your assumptions are the cause of every effect in your life. Your balanced creative energy is what brings desires into form. This is what the Kybalion has been teaching for over hundreds of years. And it works. It is working, whether you know it or not. This is what your reality is operating on. And this is the basic explanation of the actual mechanics of your reality. This isn't wishful thinking. If you want to go deeper into applying these principles, if you want my help identifying where in your consciousness you're creating effects you don't want and prefer to experience, and how to shift the one and only cause in your reality, right? We have to know how to use this information. Otherwise, it's just, what are we doing here? It's just entertainment. But we want to know how to use this information so that we can change our reality. You're here to harness the power, your creative power, to create the reality that you want. This isn't wishful thinking. It's what you're here to do. You're here to be a creator. So if you want my help, there's a link down in the description below. You can book a free one-on-one call with me. These are literally the cheat codes you need to master and to watch your reality conform to without any limitations. There's no limitations here. So if you want my help doing that, I would love to work with you, go deeper, find the programming, look at what is holding you back from living your ideal life. That's the work I love to do with my clients. I would love to help you with it as well. Thank you all so much for watching this one. I appreciate each and every one of you here watching, especially if you're still watching. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.